Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So if you have been around here for a while, you will know that I have done absolutely dozens of minimalism and decluttering and organize with me videos. I find that having a cluttered house is just very busy in my mind and it doesn't help with overwhelm, and I think 2020 has been the year of overwhelm and stress and lots of other things going on, so particularly now it's really important to think about decluttering. However, it can seem like a very big job that you don't have the energy to really put into, or you just don't even know where to start. So I thought it'd be really good to do a video of things to declutter now. I haven't counted them, but I think I've probably got around 15 things. There's so many more I can do for this video, so let me know if you want a part 2, part 3. There's lots of things that you can declutter now because it just gives you such a good sense of relief almost, and I think this is the year to feel that feeling. So if you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, then this is a video for you. Let me know what you are going to be decluttering this weekend. Before we get into the video, don't forget to like it if you do enjoy it, and think about subscribing because we are so close to my goal of 50,000 subscribers, and I just love being able to reach as many of you as possible with lots of budgeting content and basically how to live your best life on a budget. Okay, item number 1 to declutter right now, and this is for families. You may not have a family, but obviously there'll be loads of other ideas on here for you if you don't have children, but it's toys that no longer are age appropriate. So we have a 7 and a 5-year-old, and a lot of their toys I find they're over now. There are the kind of 3-year-old toys that were passed down to my 3-year-old at the time from my older child, and then they've both kind of moved on from there. So there's loads of things in the toy box, so we love to do a good declutter, get the children involved, talk to them about giving it to charity and why we're doing this, and it just obviously maximizes the space that you've got here, frees up loads of space. Christmas is coming up, so they will be getting some new bits, and it just makes so much less mess. The next one is old ornaments that you don't like anymore, or that you just don't really know why they're on the side. They don't bring you any joy. They are just a little bit maybe not your current decor theme, things that just don't serve you. And that is the big thing about minimalism for me, is getting rid of all those things that don't serve me and making sure I'm surrounded by the things that really do spark that joy. The next thing to declutter right now is those candles that are right the way down to the end, but you've still got maybe a 10-minute burn left in them. Get rid of them. You're probably never going to burn them again. You've had a good life out of that candle and it's time to move on because they are clutter. The way that I like to reinvent them is to melt the wax just by pouring a load of hot water on it, boiling from the kettle, and then cleaning it out with a kitchen towel afterwards. And you can repurpose them as pots for your makeup if it's a nice candle you want to keep it, or maybe pen pots for your children. There's lots of ways to repurpose it, but a candle that's sat on the bookshelf that is not going to be burned anymore in its life is just not really bringing much to the party. The next thing, and this is very prominent in my house, is Lego cards. From last year, even from this year if I could get away with it, they are just everywhere. The children love to collect them. We bought them the books so that they had to put them away each time, but these still manage to, I don't know, like at night time maybe they get fed after midnight and they just produce 10 million more of them, but they are just everywhere. So just get rid of them or put them away, wrap a elastic band around them so they can't get all over the place, put them away somewhere, give them a home if you can't quite get rid of them. I realise if you're in America you may not know what they are. They're little collectible cards that you can get from a supermarket when you buy a certain amount of food. My children are obsessed with them. The next one, it might just be me, but I tend to hold on to my old mobile phones, and I'm talking like the original iPhone, to the point where I dug it out the other day and it had self-imploded and the whole thing had just like gone a bit mushy and probably a bit dangerous. So for me, these things, they don't have a purpose. I think in my brain I was like, what I want to do is when my children are in their 20s, I can show them this like archaic mobile phone that we used to have, cell phone that we used to have when we first got them. But realistically, I'm probably not going to do that if they're leaking out gas and yeah. Another one for that is the chargers for those, because I have got so many iPhone chargers and other chargers that I don't even own the right phones to. I don't need them, they're just taking up space. If you're enjoying this video guys, don't forget to subscribe and like it if you do like it, so that other people can find it. It will rank a little bit higher on the algorithm and more people will be able to be inspired by it. The next thing is seasonal decor. So things like, and I'm guilty of this, those pumpkins that you made for Halloween that are still sat on your gold unit, Lara. yeah, I'm talking to you. Those things that aren't actually applicable to this season anymore, maybe some summer stuff. Switch up. If you can, store it so you can use it year after year, because I hate to think that people are replacing things every year seasonally, but it doesn't need to be out, and you can make way for some nice cozy winter stuff instead. The next thing to declutter right now is beauty items that have got the last little bit left that you'll never be able to get the pan, like the eyeshadow out of the pan, or maybe a little bit of lipstick. I found one the other day and it was my favourite lipstick. It was a real shame, but it was so far down, I scratched my lips when I used it. I thought, Lara, this has got to go. There's being economical and frugal, and then there's just like hurting yourself when you're using stuff. The next thing to declutter right now is odd socks. What happens to these socks, I don't know, but I've got many children's socks especially with just the one sock left. Declutter it, get rid of it. It's not going to have any life unless it's odd socks day like it was the other day. The next thing to declutter right now, and we're guilty of this, very guilty, is old paint tins that you no longer even have the colour of that paint in any room in your house any longer, or there's no real use for it because there's hardly any left, so you couldn't paint a whole room. You don't have the same colour anymore. What are you keeping it for? The next one is, and I've kind of touched on this already with beauty products, but that goes for things like cleanser. If you've got the tiniest little bit left, I used to keep it and then just not ever want to throw the bottle away. Like if you see my skincare declutters, my makeup declutters, I had a lot of that going on. But things like mascaras as well, if they're old and dry, they're bad for you. They do go off. They have a little symbol with a 12 or something and a little symbol around it. That's the date. So once you open it, you should throw it away, especially if it's going on your eyes or your lips. So yeah, makeup, make sure you're getting rid of it if it's not got a purpose any longer. The next one, and you may well think, no, I couldn't possibly, is cards that you have stored. So birthday cards from 12 years ago that Auntie Janice sent you. So the next one is expired loyalty cards, like Nectar cards and Boots Advantage cards. I'm not even joking, I found a purse the other day with a Blockbuster video card in it, guys. It obviously has been many a year since the joys of going around Blockbusters and choosing a video with your popcorn for the night. If you were lucky, I never really got the popcorn because it was very expensive. We went to the supermarket and bought it. But you don't need these loyalty cards. Often they're on an app on your phone. I've got 3 Costa cards. Just get the app, Lara. Put them all together. Let's be a bit more sensible here. So think about the things that no longer exist and also those that you can get digitally now. The final thing to declutter right now is tights that have bobbled or have holes in them. I was guilty of having lots of tights which have seen their best days. Maybe you've worn a boot with them and they've gone really bobbly, and then you try and wear a heel with them past their best. They do get a bit saggy. I mean, I don't like tights at the best of times. I do, because it means I don't have to shape my legs, but equally they're very uncomfortable. If you've got any tight recommendations, let me know. I've heard snag tights are really good. But yeah, think about decluttering them and maybe, just maybe, revamping them a little bit. So I really hope that video has inspired you to start slow, get decluttering. If you want to watch more in-depth declutters, and I've got a whole playlist in the description bar. The most recent was my kitchen. I've just done my office, you'll be pleased to hear, so that's coming up very soon. And I've done my makeup, my living room, my bedroom, my wardrobe a couple of times. We all know how bad that was. But yeah, so there's loads over here on my channel. I really hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you very soon. Take care. Bye.